Hi, this is Val Campbell. I welcome you from damp and beautiful green Washington State. Behind me, you see the image of a home of the style my wife and I, Emerlinda, we're building in the Philippines, and she's from there. We love our family there, and we love spending time there. So, I'm here today to talk about building social value into your online presence and the value and the importance of this. Because ultimately, what we're looking to do is to create a funnel, to create a value on the internet where people are talking about you, people are sharing your content. You are identified as being the person that has the solutions to the challenges they're facing. So they're seeking you out and asking you to get involved in your team so that they can get access to you and to the other mentors on the team. Okay? Now, let's take a half a step backwards and let's talk about the value of this and what the point is. Because it takes some time to build an internet presence, to build social value into your presence on the internet, what we call building your brand. Okay? Now, the reason you want to do that is because that is the path to an increasing income stream. You know, in employment's great. It's very, very important foundation, but it's temporary and you don't own it, you don't control it. So what we were taught in school is not exactly correct. We were taught you get a good education, you get a good job, and that's how you make it. That's not true. That's one part. But they don't understand, those teachers do not understand how to create a life plan. The job, the employment is your foundation. Now you got to build your house and you got to put a roof on it. You got to finish it off and put the paint on it. That's done by investing. Okay, so you get multiple increases of return, compounding. And it's also done by building the rights to a referral market where you are earning residuals. This is how money's made in the movie industry and in the entertainment industry. It's how money's made in petroleum and a lot of other industries where you own the rights to a market and you get paid in an increasing stream. Michael Jackson made $850 million 10 years after he died. He understood that he was in the entertainment industry, but he was in the business of creating royalties. Okay, that's something we didn't learn in school, right? And nobody's going to pay me to see my face on a movie other than maybe this. And nobody's going to pay to hear me sing. I'm really good though, you know. In the shower, I'm awesome. But my point here is I'm not going to make a bunch of money that way, but I can get involved in building income streams on the internet. I can be successful doing that because I learned how, and I'm willing to teach you how. The part about investing and the part about markets, and we're talking about markets that increase, viral market activity, sharing, growing. In a job, you earn money on a one-to-one exchange. This is part of the trap. The first part of the trap is they're just going to pay you enough money so that you're going to run out about the time your paycheck is done, and you got to come back and get some more. Okay? They're not going to pay you enough to become all sassy and independent. Just enough so you're going to get through in a couple of weeks and you got to come back and get some more. And they're not going to be excited about hiring you when you're 60 years old. They want somebody that's 40, somebody that's maybe not so skilled, and somebody that's got kids and bills because they want you to be dependent on them. So you come back and turn the wheel. Okay? They just want somebody to turn the wheel and come back and turn it some more. They don't want somebody that's 60 years old, highly experienced, probably knows more than the boss, and has an attitude. Do I look like I represent that? I can't tell you how many times when I was in the employment world that I would hear, we're looking for someone not quite so experienced. Okay, I always love that. You don't want somebody that's like the best, one of the best. No, we just want somebody that's going to turn the wheel. So let's get back on track here. There's a natural law called the law of increased returns. And what that law says is that if you plant one watermelon seed, you're going to get a vine that gives you 10 watermelons, and every one of those watermelons has hundreds of seeds. So one seed gives you thousands of seeds. This is what you want to use to build wealth. This is the law that governs compounding. Okay? If you're into compound interest, and you should be, this is the way that you should do this. Okay? Now, of course, when you've got interest rates at near zero, it's pretty hard to have enough money to invest to be able to make money on that. And the stock market is risky. We see the stock market collapse every decade or so because it's built on bubbles. And if you understand why the stock market is so high right now, it's because interest rates are so low. And they're constantly, I watch the business channels every morning, it's constantly just kind of trying to keep this thing on the edge. Keep the interest rates low, but keep the market from getting too much out of control. They're just trying to balance that deal. Well, it's going to get out of hand somewhere. There's going to be something that happens that causes the bubble to burst. It happens about every 10 or 15 years, and boom, there's a big collapse, and people lose a tremendous amount of asset value. I'm not saying that investing is bad. I'm just saying that the best way to make money, the way Michael Jackson made $850 million 10 years after he was dead, is by owning the rights to markets, and that's what we teach people how to do. Now, back to this idea of building social value. That takes time, okay? And nothing you do that is valuable to you can be done overnight. It's going to take some time. So you need to have your employment, but you need to optimize the cash flow from that employment. You need to be really smart about your plan. Have this. You don't start building a house and just say, well, I'll just bring out a bunch of materials and I'll build it out of whatever's there. That's not how you build a house. You first get a plan worked up. Now you know what it's going to look like at the end, and you know step by step by step what needs to happen and what kind of materials to order. I come out of the building industry. I relate to that. So that's how this deal works. It's the only way it works. You don't just walk down the street and get attacked by massive success. I see the headlines now. Man run over by success. It doesn't happen, right? So employment is going to allow you to have temporary cash flow. You want to optimize that. And My Econ has tools and a system that allow people to absolutely dial that in and optimize that part of it. So you are getting money back that normally would be sent to the government in taxes, but you're able to optimize that legitimately so that now you can take part of that and start investing in a long-term, permanent, sustained income. So that's the key. You got to have enough to, pay your bills and put food on the table and get back to work the next week, but you've got to get some of that. And even a small amount, $100 every couple of weeks, can fund a permanent, sustained income stream. So here's the thing with employment. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. But every time you do that, you start at zero. What you want to do is create a situation where you make $5, but that $5 goes on and on and on. Every month, you're going to get another $5 from that exchange. Now you add to that. The next month, you get $10. The next month, you got $20. The next month, you're getting $40. The next month you're getting $80, $160, $320, $640. You see the point here? It increases in an order of magnitude. This is how wealth is created. You don't develop wealth by starting from zero every week. You've got to have a base that goes, and then you add to that, then you add to that, then you add to that. This is what we do with marketing. This is the value of building a social brand. But until you get to the point where you have that built up, you're going to have to optimize your income from your job. You're going to have to save money, which we can do as a group, as part of a group. We've got the ability to save money. That's going to help too. And then you've got the ability to purchase traffic. So until you've got traffic coming to you organically, we're going to show you some reliable, proven sources where we can purchase traffic to help get our business started. Okay? And of course, all of this is a tax deduction. That's part of the process, right? So this is Val Campbell. I hope that answers this question about the value of building, a social platform, of building that value into your social network so that people are finding you and coming to you. We don't want to be in a situation where we are having to go out and try and convince people against their will that they ought to be getting involved in some program for their benefit. That doesn't make any sense. There are 100 million people that are looking. Put yourself out there in a position where they can find you. Okay? This is Val Campbell. I'll see you on the next video.